You're not crying. You're not in bed all day. You're showing up to work, answering texts, even laughing at jokes. So you can't be depressed, right? Wrong. And the scariest part? You have no idea it's happening. If you felt like you're just going through the motions, like you're watching your life happen instead of living it, this video might save you. Because what I'm about to show you is depression without the mask. Here's what no one tells you about depression. It doesn't always look sad. No dramatic breakdowns, no crying in the shower. Sometimes it's just Tuesday and Wednesday and another Tuesday that feels exactly the same. You think you're good because you're functioning, you're showing up, but inside you're running on fumes and you don't even realize the tank's on E. If you've been feeling off but can't explain why, this is your wake-up call. Let's fix that right now. The things that used to light you up, they don't anymore. Think about it. When's the last time you felt genuinely pumped about something? Not just, okay, I guess I'll do this, but actually excited. That hobby you loved feels like work now. That show you binged can't get past episode 1. Your favorite food tastes like cardboard. Here's the trap. You tell yourself, I'm just busy, or I'm getting older. But this isn't about age or your crazy schedule. This is your brain waving a red flag. Depression doesn't just steal your happiness, it steals your ability to access happiness. The switch is there, but when you flip it, nothing turns on. And that's low-key terrifying, because you start wondering, is this just who I am now? Spoiler alert, it's not, but we'll get to that. Imagine watching your own life through a window. You see yourself laughing at a joke, but you don't feel funny. You're at a party, surrounded by people, but you feel completely alone. Not sad, not anxious, just blank. This is what emotional numbness looks like, and it's one of the most slept-on signs of depression because nothing feels wrong. That's the whole problem. Nothing feels like anything. Your friend shares exciting news and you smile, but inside you're thinking, why don't I care about this? Someone disrespects you and you shrug it off, not because you're confident, but because you genuinely can't summon the energy to feel hurt. Here's the kicker. When you stop feeling the bad stuff, you also stop feeling the good stuff. Your emotional range becomes a flat line, and before you know it, you're just existing, not living. If this is hitting close to home, keep watching, because sign number 5 is going to make everything click. You wake up tired, you go to bed exhausted, and somehow sleep makes it worse. 8 hours, 10 hours, doesn't matter. You could sleep for 3 days straight and still feel like you got hit by a semi-truck. This isn't, I need my coffee tired. This is bone-deep, soul-crushing, cannot lift your head off the pillow exhaustion. And the worst part? There's literally no physical reason for it. Science backs this up. Depression straight up hijacks your brain's energy regulation system. Your mind is running a marathon of negative thoughts, self-doubt, and emotional suppression 24/7. No wonder you're drained. Simple tasks become Herculean efforts. Taking a shower might as well be climbing Mount Everest. Replying to a text feels like defusing a bomb. Getting out of bed? We're not even going to go there. And people around you don't get it. Just push through, they say. But you're not being lazy. Your brain is screaming for help, and exhaustion is its language. Depression rewrites your relationship with food, and it's never subtle. One of two things happens. Option A, you eat everything in sight, not because you're hungry, but because chewing gives you something to feel. That dopamine hit from fast food becomes the only joy you can access. You're not feeding your body, you're medicating your emptiness. Option B, food becomes whatever. You forget to eat. Nothing tastes good. Cooking feels impossible. You grab whatever's closest just to stop people from bugging you about whether you've eaten. Either way, food stops being fuel and becomes a symptom. And the guilt? Oh man, the guilt. You beat yourself up for overeating or undereating, not realizing this isn't a willpower problem, it's a depression problem. What do you want for dinner? Suddenly, choosing between pizza and pasta feels like a life or death decision. Your brain freezes. Nothing sounds good. Everything sounds exhausting. This is where depression gets sneaky. It's not that you can't make decisions. It's that your brain is so maxed out, even tiny choices feel massive. Reading a book, can't focus past page 2. Watching a movie, Mine wanders after 5 minutes. Planning your weekend? Absolutely paralyzed. Here's what's going down. Your mental bandwidth is maxed out processing anxiety, self-criticism, and emotional numbness. There's nothing left for decision-making, focus, or creativity. So you default to doom scrolling, not because you want to, but because it requires zero mental effort. And the cycle continues. If you've ever stared at your phone for 2 hours without actually doing anything, this is why. This is the one that breaks my heart the most. It's not dramatic, there's no breakdown. You just stop believing things can get better. You don't say, I'm hopeless. You say, it is what it is. You don't cry about your situation, you just accept it. You don't fight anymore, you just endure. This is resignation disguised as maturity, and it's depression's final boss move. Because when you stop believing change is possible, you stop trying. And when you stop trying, depression wins. But here's the real talk they don't tell you. Hopelessness is a symptom, not a fact. It's your brain lying to you, convincing you that this numbness is permanent. It's not. If even one of these signs resonated, I need you to hear this. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are struggling, and that's human. Depression thrives in silence. It convinces you that no one would understand, that you're overreacting, that you should just deal with it. But the moment you name it, you take back power. So here's your game plan. Talk to someone, a friend, a therapist, even a stranger on a hotline. Subscribe if this helped, because we're building a community that gets it. You're not alone in this. And recognizing the problem, that's not weakness, that's straight up strength. Catch you in the next one.